We have all thought about it at some point or another. A player has broken away and has a clear shot at the end zone. What if just one of those hundreds of people on the sideline just came out onto the field and just tackled the guy? What would happen? Well, good news, there's no need to wonder, because this has actually happened. Never in the NFL, but in college football. In the 1954 Cotton Bowl between Rice and Alabama, Dickie Meagle of Rice pulled off this run, in which he is going up the sideline and is tackled from the bench by Tommy Lewis of Alabama, who then proceeds to hide cowardly on the sideline. Well, what happens now? There is a penalty in the rulebook known as a Palpably Unfair Act, which has to do with interference of a live play. Rule 12, Section 4, Article 3 of the NFL rulebook states, quote, "A player or substitute shall not interfere with a play by any act which is palpably unfair." Penalty: for a palpably unfair act, offender may be disqualified. The referee, after consulting his crew, enforces any such distance penalty as they consider equitable and irrespective of any other specified code penalty. The referee could award a score. This is a unique penalty as the punishment is up to the referees to decide. Back to the game. Meagle was 40 yards away from the end zone, and it is likely he would have made it there had he not been so rudely interrupted. So Rice was awarded a touchdown for this illegal move. If this were to happen today, the player responsible for the illegal tackle would also be thrown out of the game. Another time when this happened was in this high school football game from 2018, where a kid runs out from the sideline and tackles a player. That player was also awarded a touchdown. Now, what happens if it's not a player, but a fan or a coach? Well, as far as I know, this penalty has never been enforced in one of those situations. There are situations like this in 1970 where a fan attempts to interfere with a play and gets crushed. As far as I can tell, the rule goes the same for non-players. If they interfere with a play, the team may be awarded a score depending on the ref's discretion, especially if it looked like they were going to score had the incident not occurred. There are some fun close calls in which unfair acts almost happened. There's this 1995 game in which a Virginia trainer almost trips the player running with the ball. The trainer was barred from the sideline for one game. Then there's this 1997 game in which Steelers coach Bill Cowher almost punches a player. Also of note, there's another guy on the field towards the end zone. As far as I know, no punishment ever came of it. Then there's this 2013 game where Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin is standing really close to the field of play and, debatably, interferes with Jacoby Jones, who was returning the kick. Officials later said he should have been at least flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct, possibly worse. Tomlin was fined $100,000 for this move. Then there's this 1996 game in which the Panthers mascot downs a punt, not knowing it's a live ball. He never got punished and it probably wouldn't have made a difference anyway. Notably, this is the only game ever in which the Panthers have beaten the Steelers. Then there's this case from 2010 where a Jets coach tripped a player on the sideline. There is no penalty since the player was out of bounds. This coach was later fired. But there are also cases in which fans have interfered with plays and nothing has been done, like this 2005 game in which someone steals the ball from Brett Favre, or this 1961 game where a fan comes out on the field on the final play to help the defense. Then there's this case from arena football in which a fan grabs the returner in his own end zone. The team ended up gaining 15 yards on top of a touchback, and the fan was removed from his seat. There are also a few cases such as 1982's The Play or the 2005 Alamo Bowl, in which people have prematurely come out onto the field. In these cases, the correct call would probably be too many men on the field or illegal participation and an untimed down. Now, there is one more group of people who can interfere with plays, and that is the referees themselves. But the referees are allowed to interfere with a play, so that begs the question, why aren't we allowed to? This is a free country after all. Why are our rights being thwarted by the zebra elite? I say we rise up. Or maybe not, that probably would make the game much worse to watch. So in conclusion, if someone comes out from the sideline during a play, it counts as illegal participation or too many men on the field, possibly unsportsmanlike conduct, unless the interference directly changes the outcome of the play, in which it is ruled as a palpably unfair act, and a score can be rewarded by the referees. This has been Savage Brick Sports. I hope you enjoyed, and subscribe for more sports.